Welcome to the Americana Bistro Grill. I'm your host, Roberto Alvarez-Galloso, serving you the best in Americana music. Right now, we have a group from Ohio called Rusted Reserve, which have been playing Ohio is actually the birthplace of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and also one of the biggest homes of rock and roll. You've had great singers like the Breezeway, and now you have Rusted Reserve, and even there even been other groups like Devo that really made it. Even Rachel Sweet made it in London. So did one of the members of the Pretenders. So I have here Rusted Reserve, and it's a pleasure and an honor from one Buckeye to another to interview Rusted Reserve. Who's with you all over there in Ohio?
My name's Jason. I'm the guitar player.
My name is Braylon. I'm the drummer.
And Jason, the vocalist.
Great. How did Rusted Reserve get started?
So I'm a guitar player, Jason. My son is 13. He's our drummer, and I've known a few musicians throughout town where I live that I've known for a long time, and we just kind of made some phone calls and got together and started writing some music.
Great.
We got together. We've been together almost a year now.
Great. In Rusted Reserve, you've done many concerts in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Which is the greatest area where you performed?
Well, right now, this last year has been really rough. So we've had to kind of promote our own shows. We're actually promoting a music festival this weekend, this Saturday. So we've had to do a lot of self-promoting.
Great. And also, you had a lot of hits and songs. Can you elaborate on one of the hits and songs by Rusted Reserve?
Yeah, we've got a few. We got an EP out on Spotify and Apple Music and all the streaming sites. But my favorite song, we wrote a song called "Wanted Man." It's the first song on the EP. And it's just a rock and roll. If you like ZZ Top, AC/DC's good rock and roll, that's a good one to listen to. We're also, we have some bluesy songs that's in the blues genre called Shotgun Blues. It's more bluesy on the bluesy side. But yeah, we're kind of a variety right now. We have a lot of new songs we've written since the whole COVID thing. So we've got about 10 new songs. So that's not been recorded yet.
But you're going to be recording them in the future, as soon as we either during this COVID thing or after we're out of it.
Absolutely.
Great. Is there a big possibility? We can't talk about this right now because of this thing that really irritating us, the COVID, which I'm trying to avoid talking about. When all this blows over, do you think you'll be able to do a trip to Florida and perform in the Key Largo Original Song Festival or in the Key West Singer-Songwriter Festival?
Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, if you send us an invite, absolutely. That's good.
I'm going to send you the web pages so you could talk with them later on and see if you're willing to, if you could go there and everything.
We are willing to, we've all kind of talked about, we want to make this our career, so we've all had a lot of experience in music, and we've all done a lot of things, except for my son. He's 13, he's our drummer.
Great.
And, which is probably the best musician in the band, for sure. And, we're ready to go. None of us have really written and written songs this way, and had this good music with other bands and projects we've been in, and it's got a lot of good response throughout the Ohio region and actually all over the United States.
Yep, that's because we have. For this reason, we invited you. We heard it, and we had to get the Ohio sound. I learned about you from the Breezeway and other groups.
Right.
Which other groups have you performed with?
Well, honestly, nobody big. I mean, like we said, we got our start back in November of last year, which, it took us, a while to get the EP out. And then all of a sudden this COVID thing happened, and everything that was supposed to happen didn't happen. So, we got lined up with a big promoter out of Ohio through a variety of attractions, which promotes humongous concerts all over the United States, and everything was canceled. So everything's been canceled So like I said, we've had to self-promote and try to get people to let us play, and we've been trying to bust our butt to get some shows. It's tough. It's real tough right now. We feel for all the musicians out there.
No, it's been very tough. That's why in my program, the Americana Bistro Grill, when this COVID thing broke out, I took the initiative. Okay, Jesus once said you shouldn't be telling people about your good intentions, but I'm going to say it because since I felt I used to promote a lot of the Americana musicians when I was hosting the AMI radio program of the same name. But when all this broke out, I wanted to actually interview the stars, the unsigned artists, so that your audience, or an even whole new audience, could visit you, take a look at you via Spotify or any other digital medium, and start buying your music and listening to you. I also did the same thing with all other artists in 50 states. And I'm declaring, I'm hoping, but I'm also declaring before the Lord that with this interview, you're going to be making a lot, and you're going to be doing a lot of performing in the 50 states.
Well, we would appreciate that a whole lot.
Now, which leads to my next question. I already know the answer, and you know the answer, but these are for people who are doubters. How do you see the future of rock and roll in America and in the world?
I can answer that real easy. There's a humongous future. I think, country music has kind of taken over a lot of the airwaves, and a lot of country music has kind of taken over a little bit, and there's rock and roll has kind of I don't know, it's kind of put on the side, and I'm hoping that I'm not hoping, everybody loves rock and roll. Everybody does. I mean, it's going to make a comeback. It's got a good. I think the country thing has been played. I love all genres of music, but it's been played out. And I think rock and roll is going to come back. I agree.
I say the same thing also. I love all genres like you do, but I also think it's going to be making a comeback, especially when we've had to put up with. I'm not criticizing all music. Every genre has everything. But there are some people who haven't had this soul like we had in rock and roll a long time ago. And
right. It's a big. Everything's a big circle. Bell-bottom jeans, I mean, everything's a big circle. So, rock and roll. I don't know what good rock and roll band has really come back since the late '70s or the '80s. So I really do think that everybody loves rock and roll. Everybody loves it. And if you have good music, if it's good music, people will love it.
Yeah, I know, because we're experiencing a comeback here in Miami, Florida, and other parts of Florida with groups like Midnight Kahuna and the Instant Karma, and even Ricky Valido.
Yeah.
And we have even more. 3RG Miami. Wow. Listening to them is like listening to the world. And of course we have others like from New Mexico and Tennessee, like Gleewood, that are really great. And recently I got in touch with another group that I love called Sugarcane Jane in Alabama.
Oh, right on, Sugarcane Jane. I will check them out.
And Tenpenny Gypsy. Sugarcane Jane inspired me with their new song, I'm Gonna Grow Me a New Mind. So I've been growing myself a new mind, making sure that we get revival of rock and roll and everything. So, before I leave, do you have anything else? Do you have anything to offer to the world? Do you have anything to say to the rest of the world? Since this is going to be in YouTube and in my blog and broadcast for all the world.
Yeah, definitely check out Rusty Reserve. It's good music. We have a lot more that hasn't been recorded yet. That I think is even better than the stuff that's on the EP. Come to a show. We have a 13-year-old drummer who will blow your mind. I'd love to play. We'd love to play in Miami. Your women are caliente, and so check out Rusty Reserve Facebook. We don't have a web page. I don't know if I believe in web pages anymore. I don't know if I list of web pages, but you can go on Spotify, Apple Music, every single streaming site we're on. So check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out in Spotify too. But I was trying to find the web page, but since you don't have a web page,
No, we don't. I don't know if human beings go to web pages much anymore. I really don't know.
True. I was hoping to get myself a physical CD, but something.
I'll tell you what, you send us your address and you will have a physical CD in the mail.
Okay, great idea. I'm gonna do that right now. Well, I'm gonna wish you the best.
What size shirt do you wear?
What size shirt?
Do you wear?
I do extra large.
Yeah, you got it. You got a shirt and a CD coming.
Great. I'm gonna be right now, since I wanted to say that you're one of the greatest. You're gonna be a success, just like the Breezeway and all other groups. Just keep what you're doing, and you're gonna do great. I'm gonna say goodbye to you later on, but don't hang up yet, because I'm gonna say goodbye to my program right now. To everybody in Americana Bistro Grill, we all love you. Listen to Rusted Reserve, talk with them, listen to their music. Really great music, the greatest. And before I leave, I want to tell you everything and give you a challenge. Please support your local independent Americana musicians. Also help them with the donating to the Health Alliance of Austin Musicians, and also to the Rocky Mountain Musicians Project, which helps musicians that are having health problems and are down on their luck because of this COVID-19 thing. Also, since Ohio is farmland also, I want to challenge all of you to donate to the Nebraska Farm Bureau and help the Nebraska farmers produce wheat and vegetables for the rest of America, because we have to think about ourselves in this day and age, and we have to unite as one country. And also, as in the words of Laura Marie, be love. Peace in, peace out, and peace everywhere, and may God bless you. Thank you.